So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a little bit of a drill. If there's a chick inside, then we'll open it up. Ah! Okay, that was a big disaster.
I'd rather be with you than someone I don't know. Now it's like we're living in two separate worlds. Come on back to me, say that you won't go. I can't cope without you and I wanna hold you close. Say that you won't go. Say that you won't go.
Hey Batman. All right, well we've been back from the hatchery. We went to McMurray Hatchery a couple days ago, and so we've been back. So I want to check on the chicks because we did, I think, something kind of cool with them. So first I need a feeder. All right, so you can see that we've got some silkies in here. And some of you guys made a good suggestion. We had these silky hens sitting on the pea chick eggs and they didn't hatch out, and we've got them and we're gonna open them up to see what's going on inside of them. And some of you guys were concerned about them, that they've been sitting on eggs for 28 days. They've actually been sitting, even 3 weeks before that, they were sitting on some silky eggs that were never fertilized. So for about 60 days, they've been sitting on eggs with nothing hatched. So we thought when we got these chicks at McMurray Hatchery, why not let these ladies raise them? And that's a really fun idea because we do have some meat birds in here, and we're going to show you a couple of the breeds we got. These are the Cornish cross that we got. We got 30 of these little guys, and we're really excited about them. We're normally not crazy about Cornish cross and don't look to get them. We prefer red rangers when we're getting meat birds because of how active they are, but we are so late in the year. We're in the end of September, so it's going to be mid to end of November, so it's going to be almost Thanksgiving when these guys are full size, ready to process. I know some of you guys are on the fence of raising and processing your own food, are a little unsure if you could do that yourself, and that is totally fine. But this is something we've decided to do, is raise, process our own food and know where it comes from. And so that's something we're excited about this year, is to have some food in our freezer over winter. And so we've got 30 of these little Cornish cross chicks. We got a couple other specialty birds from McMurray. These little guys, I believe, are crevecoeurs, but they're supposed to look somewhat like Polish, where they've got some crazy stuff going up on top of their head. All right, and then we did get a few Polish chicks. They didn't do well for us last winter. We did have 3 or 4 Polish chicks last year that were maybe a month to 2 months old, and they didn't survive the winter. So we're hoping we can raise these guys up. We might figure out what we did wrong last year.
Chicken.
Thank you, Uriah. So this little guy is a new breed that McMurray Hatchery is going to carry next year, called the Bielefelder. They don't even have it listed on their site yet, but they're raising them up, and I believe they have a couple roosters that they gave us, so we'll get to see a first look at how they look when they're all grown up. So it's got a lot of cool colors going on. It's got a little bit of reddish brown, a little bit of white, a little dark gray on it, so it's got some cool colors already going on.
'Cause you've got style, the way your body gives my heart beat sound. It's amazing all the time. You are the only thing I need in life.
We've kept a little camera right over here so we could keep an eye on these chicks, because they are outside and it's getting down to the 60s at night, and so we're keeping the ends blocked. And these 2 hens have done a wonderful job keeping all of these chickens alive for a couple days. And it was I think they were a little overwhelmed at first when we put in 36 chicks all at once, but it was at night, and they did a great job of sitting on them and taking them as their own. And after a few days, as soon as these guys are all comfortable with being around their mom, we'll just move them right out here into this chicken run for a little bit so they can move around in a bigger space. But right now we want to make sure that they know who their mom is and that they're staying nearby. But the exciting part about this is that they are sitting under these mama hens at night, and we're not having to use a heat lamp. That eliminates that risk of fire that a heat lamp creates, and it saves us that money of having to run a heat lamp 24 hours a day. So we're really excited to see how this works out. We'll keep them with the mama hens for probably 2 to 4 weeks until the mamas don't want to take care of them any longer, and we can move them back in with the flock, and then we can start to put these chicks out on grass in the next few weeks. All right, well, how this drill works, we have got 5 pea chick eggs that did not hatch. You gotta put it up in front of the lens right here. There you go, right there. So the first time we did this was about 40 days ago when, you can move that away now. You can move it away now. You can move it away now. I'm talking. Just pull it back for a sec. 75 days ago, we started this little pea chick journey of buying 7 peafowl eggs and putting them in the incubator. 33 days later, we cut into them with a knife and opened them up. At that point, they were no longer alive. We were just checking them to see what kind of development they had, because we had candled them previously, had seen movement, and then after day 28, we no longer saw movement. We knew they were gone, and we opened them up to see what kind of development they had before we opened up more eggs. Now, here we are with the second batch, and we have 2 pea chicks that hatched.
Way peacock.
So now we have 5 eggs that are at about 40 days old, and they are no longer under the broody hens, and I know that we have nothing going on inside these eggs. There is no chick that is alive inside these eggs. So we are now opening them to see if anything happened and what ultimately we would have had as far as color and if they would have made it most of the way. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a little bit of a drill. I'm gonna do a light drill into the top, and then I'll drain out any yolk. If there's a chick inside, then we'll open it up. But this will be a quicker way to just pour out the yolk and be done with it. Ah! Okay, that was a big disaster, but it's just yolk.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to go a little lighter this time.
See? That's yolk.
I'm seeing if there's any development in here.
Right here.
Yeah, that one seems like all yolk as well. So first 2 eggs were all yolk, no development.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Oh, sorry, cat.
That's how you get that.
That one got on the cat. Sorry, buddy. It got on your ear. Now you're licking it. That's really old yolk. Gross. Okay, so 2 of those were previously in the incubator and then moved to the silkies. 1 of those was under the broody hen all the time. This is the last one that was under the silkies, and then we have 1 more that was under the broody hen. I'm hoping there might be some development in that one. Ooh.
That's all yolk.
Yeah, that was all yolk. Yeah, it sounds pretty liquidy.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna be anything, but this is the last one that was under, it's the last one in general, but it's the last one that was under the broody hen.
Yeah.
So there was a little bit of growth in that one, but it was really tiny, so it was a little blackish. So the thing to keep in mind with those, even though we checked those 5 eggs and there was little to no growth in any of them, there was a little bit of growth on 1 of them. So it's pretty amazing that we had 2 that were fertilized and made it all the way. We were really lucky with that. So the thing to keep in mind that we were told from a local peafowl farm is that a lot of the peacocks, because of the heat, had lost their train, and so they were no longer fertilizing eggs. They, after the breeding season is over, they lose their train and they stop breeding with the females. And so we were really lucky that 2 got fertilized and that made it all the way to hatch, because it looks like 4 of these were not fertile at all, and 1 was fertile but didn't really make it any more than the early stages of development. So we're so excited that 2 of the pea chicks hatched and we get to see them grow up on our farm.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What? It's not making a sound. No, I did.
So this is the cellar where we store our canned goods. We thought it'd be good to show you what we had put up for the winter, what we got it from our small little garden, and what we gathered from the grocery store and put up ourselves. So I've got tomatoes. I've got a lot more tomatoes to put up, and our green beans, which we've had a really good harvest of that. I was afraid that we weren't going to have too much, but we still got our fall garden, so we'll have a lot more green beans coming. We got some pickles. The applesauce is from a video last year. Me and my mom put it up, so we got some left over, and the strawberry jelly. And we also got some squash and some pumpkin. This is our first year of canning pretty much. I did a little bit of last year with the applesauce, but this year we really dove in and doing a lot more by myself. The tomatoes and the green beans and the pickles. So let me know what you're canning and give me suggestions on what we can, what other things we can put up for the winter and to store for our food supply.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. We really had a fun time bringing the baby chicks home. We had a fun time at McMurray Hatchery. We hope you guys will check them out. And if you want more White House on the Hill, be sure to check out our Instagram and Facebook. We post to those nearly every day. So if you want to meet us in a few weeks, we'll be at the Homesteaders of America conference in Virginia, and they're having a sale on tickets right now. And we'll put a code down in the description that you can use for 25% off your tickets. So thanks for stopping by. We'll see you guys next time. You got to pee? Chew that off. Chew off the end. There you go. Spit that out. Okay, wait till you're done with your food.
See you next time. Whoa.